Stop looking in the mirror, cause I only saw your face. I was busy building monuments all over the place for a king who didn't want a crown, just a way to leave. I gave you every single breath I was supposed to breathe. I neglected my own garden just to watch your roses bloom. Now I'm standing in the weeds in an empty room. I traded my ambition for the way you like to dream, but I'm drowning in the middle of a one-way stream. I made you my religion, made you word my law. I was blinded by the magic, didn't see a single flaw. I put you on a pedestal so high I couldn't reach. Now I'm learning all the lessons that you didn't have to teach. Cause I loved you more than I ever loved me. I was a prisoner who thought that he was free. I lost my own reflection in the shadow of your heart. Now I don't even know where I'm supposed to start. I gave you 100 when you only gave me 10, and I'll probably go and do it all over again. Yeah, it's a heavy kind of hollow, a bitter kind of sea, when I realize I loved you way more than me. I changed my favorite color cause you said you liked the blue. I changed my favorite songs until they all belong to you. I was a background actor in a movie of my life, while you were holding on to handles and I was holding on to the knife. Now I'm checking my own photos just to see if I'm still here, but the person in the mirror is starting to disappear. I'm a ghost of a man in a coat that doesn't fit, trying to find a fire when I already used the last bit. If I'd save a little mercy for my own damn soul, maybe I wouldn't feel this escaping back home. But I poured every drop into a glass that had a crack, and I'm still waiting for a thank you that ain't coming back. I was your safety net, I was your open door, but who's gonna catch me when I hit the floor? Cause I love you waking up to a frequency I don't recognize. A static in the air, a desert for my eyes. I keep expecting the morning, baby, to hit the wall, but the hallway is a canyon and I'm about to fall. I made 2 pieces of toast out of muscle memory. Then I realized the kitchen is a lonely territory. The kettle's whistling, but it's the only sound around, besides the heavy thud of my heart hitting the ground. I used to complain that you talk way too much. Now I give anything for a whisper or a touch. I'm straining my ears for a ghost of a note, but I'm choking on the words that are stuck in my throat. Now there's just silence where your voice was, a hollow kind of almost, and just because I'm reaching for a melody that's gone off the air, looking for a love you that's no longer there. It's a deafening quiet roar in my head. The loudest thing in this house is the thing you never said. Yeah, my world went mute, and it's a heavy kind of pause. Now that there's nothing but silence where your voice was. I played our favorite record just to break the spell, but it sounded like a secret that I couldn't tell. The bass was there, but the soul was missing from the track, like a radio station that's never coming back. I saw your name on a contact list from yesterday. I almost hit the button just to hear you say anything, but I know the dial tone is the only song I'll get, a digital reminder of everything I regret. Is it a hum? Is it a rave? Is it the weight of the songs we used to sing? I'm shouting at the shadows, I'm begging for a spark, but the quiet is a blanket wrapping me in the dark. If I stop talking, will I disappear too into the same nothing that took away you? Now there's just silence where your voice was, a hollow kind of almost, and just because I'm reaching for a melody that's gone off the air, looking for a love you that's no longer there. It's a deafening quiet roar in my head. The loudest thing in this house is the thing you never said. Yeah, my world went mute, and it's a heavy kind of pause. Now that there's nothing but silence where your voice was, so quiet I can hear my own heart, so loud in the middle of the street where your voice was. It's a ghost of a sigh. Now it's just a silence holding me down where your voice was. I woke up and reached for the right side of the bed, but I caught a handful of cold air instead. The sunlight is leaking through the blinds on the floor, like a golden reminder you don't live here no more. I'm staring at the ceiling, counting every grain, trying to find the logic for this sudden kind of pain. The shower is running, but I'm just standing still, waiting for a heartbeat, waiting for a thrill. I used to have a shoulder, I used to have a home. Now I'm just a king on a cardboard throne. The salt on my cheeks is the only thing that's warm in the middle of this quiet, lonely little storm. Now I'm just tears falling in the quiet after you, dripping on the pages of a life we never drew. They're hitting the pillow like a slow motion rain, a rhythmic reminder of a permanent stain. No one's here to catch up, no one's here to stay. Just watching the ice wash slowly away. Yeah, it's a lonely kind of gravity, a bitter kind of true. When the tears start falling in the quiet after you. I saw your reflection in the window of the bus, but it was just a stranger who looked a bit like us. My phone buzzed in my pocket and my heart took a leap, but it was just a notification I didn't want to keep. The coffee is bitter, the morning is gray. I'm finding ways to just throw the day away. I'm a masterpiece of almost a portrait of what was broken into pieces just because. Is there a limit to the salt in the sea? Is there a version of tomorrow that includes me? I'm blurring the lines and I'm blurring the view, looking for a horizon that doesn't lead to you. But the water keeps rising, the dam's gonna break. How much of this lonely to take? Now I'm just tears falling in the quiet after you, dripping on the pages of a life we never threw. They're hitting the pillow like a slow motion rain, a rhythmic reminder of a permanent stay. No one's here to catch up, no one's here to stay. Just watching the ice wash slowly away. Yeah, it's a lonely kind of gravity, a bitter kind of true. Tears start falling in the quiet after you. Falling, falling, so quiet. Falling. The only thing left of me is the memory of you. Tears falling without I kept the ringer on high, maxed out the volume, sitting in a silence that felt like a costume. Every car that drove by, I thought it was you, but the headlights just faded to a deep shade of blue. I checked the Wi-Fi, then I checked it again, thinking maybe the signal was a fair weather friend. But the bars were all full and the screen stayed black, just a mirror of the heart that I can't get back. I had a whole speech ready, practiced in the class, about how we could fix it, how we make it last. But the clock hit 11, then it hit 2, and I realized the we was just me without you. It was the night you didn't call that finally broke me. The silence said more than the words you once spoke. See, I was waiting for a hey, or can we just talk? But you left me at the station while you chose to walk. The dial tones a weapon, the quiet's a blade, watching the hope that I carried just start to fade. Yeah, it wasn't the fight and all the tears that we cried. It was the night you didn't call, I killed us inside. I scrolled through our photos just to feel a spark, a digital ghost in the middle of the dark. The battery's dying at 1% now. rusty shelf. One vibration, that's all it would take to stop this foundation from starting to shake. But the air is so heavy and the screen is so cold, a story of us that'll never be told. I'm staring at your contact finger on the name, but if I'm the only one calling, it's a losing game. It was the night you didn't call that finally broke me. Your silence said more than the words you once spoke. See, I was waiting for a hey or a can we just talk, but you left me at the station while you chose to walk. The dial tones a weapon, the quiet's a blade, watching the hope that I carry just start to fade. Yeah, it wasn't the fight and all the tears that we cried. It was the night you didn't call that killed us inside. The sun's coming up and the fall's still dead. Just like the promises living in my head. The night you didn't come, showed me exactly what I love was. Nothing at all. And the ceiling's got a lot to say, tracing shadows of the space where you used to lay. I keep my phone face down, but I'm still checking, building up a fortress just to watch it wreckage. I changed the sheets, I even changed the scent, but I can't scrub away the places where we went. I'm doing better, oh that's what I tell the crowd, but silence always seems to scream your name out loud. And I'm still caught in the what ifs and used to be's, swimming in a ghost of old memories. Cause how do I move when the ground is gone? How do I breathe when the air feels wrong? They say time is a healer, but I'm still in the dark, trying to find a light without a single spark. Every street, every song, every neon light is just another way to lose the fight. I'm fine until somebody mentions you in the room, and the silence feels like a heavy tune. Yeah, I'm still learning how to exist in the hurts, when your name is still the loudest thing I've ever heard. I saw your sister at the grocery store last week. I turned the other way before I had the chance to speak, cause one hello would lead to how's he doing now, and I'm not ready for the answer, not anyhow. Are you sleeping better? Do you use that extra pillow, or are you standing tall while I'm out here like a willow? It's a dull, like a slow burn, a steady vibration, a permanent state of a heart's isolation. I wanna hate you, I try to find a fall, but all I remember is the magic that I saw. Now your name is a secret I'm forced to keep, the only thing I take with me when I go to sleep. Cause how do I move when the ground is gone? How do I breathe when the air feels wrong? They say time is a healer, but I'm still in the dark, trying to find a light without a single spark. Every street, every song, every neon light water's crystal clear, but I'm still gasping for air. I see your face in every glass, I see you everywhere. I try to scrub the bathroom floor to wash away the trace of the night we danced to nothing in this empty space. But the more I try to clean, the more the ghosts appear, whispering the things I'm not supposed to hear. I'm anchored to a feeling that I should've let go, watching the highlights in a slow motion show. The surface is right there, I can see the light, but the weight of us is pulling me down tonight. Now I'm just drowning in your memories, sinking so deep, holding on to promises I know I shouldn't keep. Every I love you is a wave over my head. Every I'm sorry is a storm made of lead. I'm underwater, but I'm burning for your touch. How can someone I lost still hurt this much? Yeah, the silence is a tide that's pulling me through, drowning in the memories of you. I walked past the cafe where we had our first flight. The neon sound was flickering, a sickly kind of light. I could almost smell your perfume in the humid evening breeze. You brought me to my senses, brought me to my knees. I'm a shipwreck in the middle of a desert of regret, trying to find a part of me that hasn't met you yet. Is there air at the bottom, or just more of the blue? Is there a version of me that doesn't need you? I'm kicking and I'm reaching, but the current is strong. I've been lost in this ocean for way too long. Baby, I don't want to be safe from the sea. If the shore means a world where you're not with me, now I'm just drowning in your memories, sinking so deep, holding on to promises I know I shouldn't keep. Every I love you is a wave over my head. Every I'm sorry is a tornado lead. I'm underwater, but I'm burning for your touch. How can someone I lost still hurt this much? Yeah, the silence is a tide that's pulling me through, drowning in the memories of you. Sinking down so deep, the water's cold. Just let the waves take me, let the memories break me. Under the blue, drowning in you. Watch the sunset turn to gray on the balcony. The gold is gone, replaced by this anatomy of a heartbreak that didn't happen overnight. Just a slow retreat of a morning light. We were high there, vibrant neon burning bright. Now we're just static in the middle of the night. No big explosion, no slamming of the door, just less of us than there was the day before. I reached for your hand, but I caught the air. You were sitting right there, but you weren't really there. Like a Polaroid left out in the sun too long. The colors washed out and the feeling went wrong. Our love faded in slow motion, like a receding tide on a silent ocean. Frame by frame we lost the glow, watching the fire distance until it was a miles long gap. Now I'm looking at a heart with a broken map. Yeah, it didn't break, it just drifted away. Our love faded in slow motion to gray. Yeah, I love you started sounding like a habit, a falling star, and I was too slow to grab it. We stopped arguing, that was the warning sign. The silence grew between your heart and mine. Now the pictures on the wall look like strangers' lives. The edge grew dull, it didn't cut like knives. Just a steady blur, a leak in the sink. We ran out of soul before we had time to think. If I could rewind, where would I hit pause? Before the effect, before we found the cause. But the film is great, the end the tape is thin. I'm looking for the us that's under your skin, but it's transparent now, it's paper pale. A ghost of a ship with a tattered sail. Receding tide on a silent ocean. Frame by frame we lost the glow, watching the fire turn into snow. Didn't notice the distance until it was a miles long gap. Now I'm looking at a heart with a broken map. Yeah, it didn't break, it just drifted away. Our love faded in slow motion to gray. Frame by frame, it wasn't a crash, it was just a slow blow from everything we are to whatever we were. In slow motion, so slow, until there's nothing left to show, just gray. Until there's nothing left to show, just I'm walking through the hallway of this empty house where the silence is a roar and I'm a quiet mouse. I can still hear your laughter coming from the kitchen floor, even though you haven't turned that handle anymore. I'm catching glimpses of us in the corner of my eye, a flickering projection of a long faded lie. The dust is settling on the records that we played, a graveyard of the promises that we both made. I try to change the station, try to change the view, but every frequency is tuned to a version of you. It's a haunting melody, a frequency of pain, and I'm just a hollow vessel in the pouring rain. Now I'm just living in the echoes of what we were, a blurred out vision, a ghost of a him and her. I'm chasing down a shadow that I can't quite catch, looking for a fire with a broken down match. The always and the forever all ringing in my ears, a symphony of heartbreak fueled by all these years. Yeah, the silence is a weapon, a jagged little spur when I'm trapped inside the echoes of what we were. I saw a movie trailer that we meant to see, and for a split second I forgot there wasn't a we. I reached for my phone to tell you to type, but I remembered your number is no longer mine. Now I'm a stranger in a skin that doesn't fit, looking for a spark when I already used the last bit. The memory of your touch is a phantom limb in the light, and this apartment is starting to dim. If I scream your name, will the walls scream back, or just watch me fade into the velvet black? Is there an ending to the ringing in my head, or am I just a ghost in a cold, unmade bed? I'm listening for a heartbeat, listening for a sign, but the only thing I hear is the ghost of what was mine. Now I'm just living in the echoes of what we were, a blurred out vision, a ghost of a him and her. I'm chasing down a shadow that I can't quite catch, looking for a fire with a broken down match. We always in the forever all ringing in my ears, a symphony of heartbreak fueled by all these years. Yeah, the silence is a weapon, a jagged little spur when I'm trapped inside the echoes of what we were. Echo, coming from the wall, echo, walking down the halls of what we were. It's so loud. Staring at the clouds, I see an empty space. Half the hanger is gone, like a ghost took your place. The toothbrush in the holder is standing all alone, like a king without a kingdom on a plastic throne. I made a pot of coffee, but I poured too much. Still adjusted to the rhythm of your morning touch. Now the kitchen's too quiet, the air is too thin. I'm losing the battle I didn't know I was in. They say that one is a lonely number, now I see it's not just a math, it's a whole surgery. You took your records and your favorite hoodie too, but you took the piece of me that was attached to you. Now I'm just standing here, left with half a heart, trying to figure out which end is the start. One long breathe and one I see in red. A million half-finished sentences left in my head. You took the forever and left me the now. I'm trying to stay whole, but I don't know how. Yeah, it's an uneven rhythm, a broken down heart when you walk away and leave me with half a heart. Half a heart. The passenger seat is a desert of leather. Remember when we used to say always together? Now I'm driving to nowhere, checking the mirror, waiting for the vision of us to get clearer. But the image is fractured, the glass has a crack, and there's no mechanic to bring the soul back. I'm a 50% version of the man I should be. Since you cut the you out, the you in me, is it somewhere in the suitcase, tucked in the fold between the memories and the stories we told? Or did you drop it on the driveway when you turned the key? The way it's missing from me. It's a hollow vibration, a thought in my chest, a bird with one wing trying to leave the nest. Now I'm just standing here, left with half a heart, trying to figure out which end is the start. One love breathing, one I see in red. A million half-finished sentences left in my head. You took the forever and left me the now. I'm trying to stay whole, but I don't know how. Yeah, it's an uneven rhythm, a broken down heart when you walk away and leave me with half a heart. Half a heart. Half a heart. Like a broken around, just half the soul in a neon world, watching the rest of my life unfold. Yeah, left with half, just half. I left the porch light on just in case you forgot that this house is a home and a graveyard of what we used to be before the silence moved in. I'm still checking the driveway over and again. The dinner is cold, but I'm keeping the plate, refusing to believe that it's actually late. I'm a curator of maybe, a seeker of soon, howling at the ghost of a cold-hearted moon. My logic is screaming that you're miles away, but my heart is a child that's begging you to stay. I'm reading the subtext in every old text, searching for a sorry and what's coming next. Cause I'm still hoping you'll come back to the door with a hey, I was wrong, like you said it before. I'm anchored to a dream wishing for day. It's a dangerous game, it's a beautiful lie when I'm looking for a hello and a final goodbye. Yeah, the world is moving on, but I'm under the track, just a fool who's still hoping you'll come back. I saw your favorite car in the parking lot mall, and for a split second I didn't feel small. I rehearsed the whole greeting, a cool kind of high, but the driver was a stranger with a different kind of eye. Now I'm back in the kitchen, back in the gloom, with the waiting for you kind of air in the room. I'm a masterpiece of patience, a portrait of if, standing on the edge of a memory cliff. Is it a miracle I'm chasing, or just a mistake? How many nothings is a heart supposed to take? I'm staring at the handle, I'm staring at the phone, trying to fill up while I'm completely alone. If I stop the hoping, will the pain finally end? Or will I just lose my only imaginary friend? 'Cause I'm still hoping you'll come back to the door with a hey, I was wrong, like you've said it before. Make it to a dream that I'm starting to fade, watching the sunset and wishing for a day. It's a dangerous game, it's a beautiful lie when I'm looking for hello and a final goodbye. Yeah, the world is moving on, but I'm under the track, just a fool who's still hoping you'll come back. Still hoping, still hoping. Still hoping. I'll stay right here with the porch light on, just in case.